Hey there, and welcome. I'm Chloe, and I'm so glad you're here. I created this space as a place to learn, grow, and just be. This channel is all about understanding stress and anxiety, something I wish I had learned to navigate much earlier in life. Over the years, I have spent a lot of time figuring out how to manage my anxiety, set boundaries with my loved ones, recognize my own burnout, and most importantly, how to slow down. So, whether you're here because you're in the middle of something tough, looking for content that you can relate to, or just need a quiet place to breathe, you're in the right space. Thanks for showing up on day one. If anything I share resonates with you, feel free to like, subscribe, and drop a comment to say hi. Today I want to talk about something we don't talk about enough: mental health days. 50 to 60% of students report experiencing academic burnout at some points during their studies, with about 30% of high school students and up to 60% of university students affected. For me, this was never a really foreign topic, and I'll explain why. We all know what sick days are, right? You get a fever, you feel awful, you stay home, you rest, you heal, and you come back strong. But what about when you're not physically sick? You're just not okay. Countless times I remember growing up feeling so incredibly overwhelmed by life. I think the first time I really felt anxiety was when I was in kindergarten. When I was younger, I'm glad I had parents who understood what my limits looked like, even if I didn't. If I had gotten my homework done and I didn't have a test the next day, my parents trusted me to give me that break. I think a lot of parents should try to do this with their kids. This taught me at a very young age to understand my anxiety and recognize when it was reaching the tipping point and when to give myself a little grace. But just know, you're allowed to take care of yourself before it gets that far, especially when you get older and it's not just school and sports you have to worry about anymore. Life gets hard. Maybe this is your sign to take a step back, to pause, to say, hey, I need a second. Your mental health is real. Your rest is valid, and your peace is worth protecting. Let's be real. Sometimes we're so used to pushing through we don't even notice when we're burning out. Trust me when I say it. The people around you see it first. Listen to them. But if you don't, here are some signs you might need a mental health day. 1. You're constantly tired, no matter how much you sleep, like waking up already exhausted. 2. You're easily irritated or snapping at people. Little things feel way bigger than they should. 3. You're struggling to concentrate, like your brain feels foggy. 4. You're overwhelmed by the smallest decision. Choosing what to eat, what to wear, feels like so much work. 5. You're emotionally drained, crying unexpectedly, or feeling nothing at all. 6. You're avoiding people, even the ones you love. Text messages pile up. You just don't have the energy to engage. This one happens to me a lot. If any of these sound familiar, you're not broken. You're just burnt out. And it might be time to take a pause. Not forever, just long enough to come back to yourself. Take the day. Turn down the noise. Let your mind breathe. Mental health days aren't selfish. They're necessary. Recognizing your own limits is not easy, but it is essential. Taking a day off might feel weird, but I promise you, it's not. This feeling you're feeling is guilt. That heaviness in your chest when you cancel plans, say no, rest instead of hustle, or take a break when the world is telling you to keep going. We feel guilty for slowing down, guilty for not being as productive, guilty for choosing ourselves. But here's the truth. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to care for yourself without apologizing for it. Guilt shows up because we've been taught that our worth is tied to our output. How much we say yes, even when we're drowning. But healing requires boundaries, rest, time. The right people will give you that. You don't have to burn yourself out to prove you're valuable. You do not have to earn your peace. So if you're taking a mental health day, skipping a gathering, saying I can't today, and guilt starts creeping in, remind yourself of this. You're not letting anyone down by showing up for yourself. You're just choosing a better way. No one else lives in your body. No one else carries your mind. Only you truly know what you need. And honoring that's not a weakness. That's wisdom. You don't owe the world your exhaustion. You owe yourself your care. Mental health days rank as the top stress management resource for employees. Here's the truth. Mental health days aren't about fixing everything overnight. They're about creating space to breathe, regulate, and reconnect. Reminding yourself that things aren't as bad as they seem. The earth keeps turning. But here's what it really does on a more scientific level. 1. They give your nervous system a break. When you're always in survival mode, rushing and worrying, your body thinks it's in constant threat. A mental health day tells your brain, whoa, you're safe. You can slow down now. 2. They help you reset emotionally. When emotions pile up, you need space to process them. A mental health day lets you feel without performing, without pretending, without explaining. When emotions bottle up in your body, they present in other ways. From hair loss to stomach ulcers to acne, your body will ultimately tell you where that emotion is being stored. 3. They bring back balance. One day of rest won't solve everything, but it interrupts the burnout cycle. It reminds you that life isn't just about pushing through. It's about taking pauses and remembering what you're pushing for. 4. They prevent bigger breakdowns. Taking time now, you can keep things from getting even worse later. Think of it as preventative care for your mental and emotional well-being. 5. They remind you that you matter. When you choose rest over overworking, when you say, I need today from me, you're telling yourself, my health matters. I matter. You wouldn't ignore a cut on your hand. So don't ignore the pain that you feel from anxiety and stress on a day-to-day basis. So yes, the stress might still be there tomorrow, but you'll be more centered, more grounded, more you. So, you've decided to take a mental health day. But what exactly should you do? Here are some ideas to get you started. Rest your body and mind. Sleep in, take a nap, or just lounge around. You could unplug, turn off your phone, or maybe just social media, and give your brain a chance to breathe from all the noise of that. Get outside. Even a short walk in nature can help you reset your mind. Move your body. Maybe even go swimming. That's what I like to do. Do something comforting. Watch your favorite movie, listen to music, or make a cozy cup of tea. Create a safe, soothing environment. Right now, I'm doing a paint by number. It calms me down. But I've had mental health days where I cook my favorite foods, or I dance around my kitchen. Say no to obligations and say yes to your needs. I know that my friends will not be hurt when I say no, and that's a good place to be. Practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that it's okay to take time. You deserve care and kindness, especially from yourself. Remember, your mental health day is your day. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, mental health isn't a destination, it's a very long journey. So, wherever you are right now, know this: you're not alone. You are worthy of kindness and care, and you can get through this one day, one moment, one breath at a time. If this video helped you, or if you have thoughts to share, please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Come back next week when you can see me doing another thing that I like to do to take a mental break, and we can talk about a different topic. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so we can keep supporting each other on this journey. And remember, protect your peace.